Hi ladies, DJ Lady S here. I've been online looking at a lot of YouTube videos on personal planners and organizers, and so I have decided to make my own. When I used to work by trade, I am a legal secretary, so I've always had a organizer for business and for work. But since I have not worked in the last 4 years, going on 5 years because of an illness, and so now I'm in early retirement and I'm loving it, I have not needed a planner that much. My life is not that busy anymore. My daughters are grown and out of the house. It's just my husband and I. He does have his own business and I do work for him, but I don't do that much. So, needless to say, my life is not that busy to where it really does require a planner, but I still felt that I needed to make one. And so, after watching a lot of you online, I could have easily gone out and spent $35 on up for a planner like the Erin Caldron or a Franklin Covey or, other daytimers and things like that. But I decided after watching a few of you online to make my own. And this is the cover that I have come up with. Now, this cover, it has some embossing on it and some glitter. You really, as you can see here, and on the squares here. This is just a fun little notebook that I found in Staples for $1.29. It still has the Staples sticker on there. I'll take that off. And for $1.29, it's an actual notebook. But what I did was I cut the spine and made two covers, and I used my Zutter Bind It All and punched holes in it. And so I really like this. What I wanted to do, I wanted to laminate the front and the back cover, but I don't have laminate pages big enough for this size. And in my Creatopia, I don't have any laminate on the roller, so I need to order some of that, or my Xyron. So I will go back and laminate this. I use the O wire from my Zutter Bind It All. This is a 1-inch wire. And what I love about these is that I can always pry them open and add pages and take pages out. This is what I love about the Zutter Bind It All. So I did poke the holes in it, or punch the holes in it, I should say. And the inside looks like this. This is the inside flap. Now, when I was at Staples the other day, I forgot to purchase a zipper pouch so I can put my little tabs and everything inside of there. My Martha Stewart teardrop tabs and note holders and stuff. So I will still incorporate this pocket, but for right now it's just holding these items in place. Over here on this side, at the beginning page, this is my business logo. I do have my own website. This is my business logo for my website, as well as I'm an on-air personality on the radio here on a local jazz station here in Southern California. And this is my logo. And I do have my own production company, which is not in full function right now because I'm just not ready to get all involved in that. I wanted to laminate this page as well. I do have some 8.5 by 11 laminate pages, but right now this was just to give it a shot, to put it together and figure out if I really was going to, do this and see how I'm going to incorporate it in my life, okay? My next page is my family contact list information, important family names. All I did was put their names and their phone numbers and their relationship to me. I did not put in their birth dates and their email and all that. Again, this is for me, for at home. I really do not think this will leave with me. I do have a travel book that when my husband and I go away for weekend trips or a couple of days here and there, I do have a travel book that has that information in there that's laminated. But for this, inside the house, I didn't need that. Oh, this is a page where it's just a special dates. It's got the 12 months and everyone's birthday, just everyone that I could think of off the top of my mind. And I'll go back and fill it in with my other birthday list that I have for everyone. And then we start with the months. Now, this is January. It's already passed. I didn't fill it out with everything that we were doing or that I did for the month of January. And the same thing goes for February, since it's almost over, because I just put this together the other night, okay? It does go horizontal instead of vertical because the printables that I printed was made for a 3-ring binder, and I didn't want a 3-ring binder. I wanted something softer and more pliable, and I don't like those hard plastic 3-ring binders. I just think that the notebook that I found is just much more fun, and it has a lot more personality to it. So I don't mind the calendar being this way, and I do like the big squares on the printables that I found online. So I do like those. As you can see, I just put in a couple of things, a few birthdays that happened this month. Now this little flap here is my little, marker, so I can go right to the current month. And I've already have it in front of March. I have not filled everything out for the month of March just yet, but I will go in there and I will do that. I just have a jazz festival that's coming up in March and my father's birthday that's coming up. Now, what I've decided to do behind the monthly pages, and I have not done this on all of the pages, I have a weekly schedule. And I like this one because it doesn't have the actual date there. It's just the days of the month, and I can go in and I can plug in whatever days that I want. I like how it starts with Monday and it ends with Sunday. So that pretty much is how our week operates. If I do decide to incorporate my husband's schedule in here, I probably will put like his bigger appointment dates that we need to have, just so I can have it at a glance instead of going over to his calendar and checking it out. This page right here is a time daily schedule. A time weekly schedule. As you can see, or you may not be able to see because it's small, it has Sunday through Saturday, and then it has from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. And I like how it's broken down by the days like that and color coordinated like that. So it's a week at a glance. And if I do have certain appointments or certain phone calls that I need to make for him without running over to his side of the room, I can just put that information here and write the phone numbers and things like that. So I do like the time listing here for the daily schedule. Now this page here, now I will have to flip my planner back and forth a little bit. Now this is today is the day. That's what that says. It's a little backwards here on the video. But what this is broken down to is a schedule and things to do, phone calls and emails, places to go, and notes. Now, places to go, I'm not driving right now. I will get back into driving shortly, so I will just incorporate that space for something else. But this schedule, I can move things from the weekly schedule over here for the day. And then whatever notes I need to make, any phone calls and emails that I need to do, as well as things that I really need to get done, and just to, have at a glance. Now, some of these pages are going to be redundant because I haven't decided which way I'm really going to go just yet, but I wanted to put them in here, and just kind of figure out, okay, this works for me, this doesn't. I can take this page out and I can leave this page in. Now, I have made master copies of all of these pages on these printables that I found, and as I need them, I will just print them off and I will just incorporate them into my binder here, my planner here. This is my daily goals, and as you can see, it says, today I shall dream too, today I shall call, today I shall be. And this, again, it may be a little redundant, but this is just for real quick jotting down things that I need to walk around with a little Post-it pad and pen and for the thoughts that jump into my mind. And that's kind of like what this page is for. Even though it's a goals page, it's also still like a crazy to do, for when things pop into my mind. On this next page, this is my blog ideas. And I do have a couple of blogs that I have a Blogspot, I have a Ustream, I have a Justin TV, I have a Buzzium, I also have the YouTube, of course, and that's not considered a blog, but to me it is. Anything that you're going to do online is a blog. But any other ideas, and I started my own do-it-yourself, like make your own lipstick, your own mascara, your own airbrush foundation, all these different things, all these different ideas. And I am creating a whole new YouTube channel later in the year and another blog, and this will be good to keep track of all those things. On this page, again, it might be a little more redundancy. Like I said, this is get it done. This is like anything that I haven't finished by the end of the week. It's like, I really need to get it done over here. It's like, okay, quit procrastinating and let's just get down to the business here and get things done. You have today or else, ASAP, sooner or later, this evening, this afternoon, this morning. I have tomorrow, and I have notes. And this saying says, today you are you. That is true than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. There's no one more alive, youer than you. I really like that. And that's from Dr. Seuss. So I really love that. That was part of the printables that I downloaded. On this page right here is weekly blog social media tracker. This I will use as far as when I find new YouTube channels to follow, new blogs to follow, and things like that. What ideas I got from there. And then just to have a nice incorporated list of all the different blogs and things that I follow, and YouTube channels and things like that. So and websites as well, not so much just for blogs, but I like this to help me because I'm constantly on the computer looking at new YouTube channels and I can never remember. And I want to subscribe to a lot, but I can't get to all of them. So if I can just bot back every now and then. Now this is weekly blog post tracker. This is for me when I'm going to do my blogs and post on Ustream. So I like that. It does have the Monday through Friday. And it does not have, Monday through Saturday. It does not have Sunday. Sunday should be a rest day. Those of you who are believers and my brothers and sisters in Christ, we happen to choose Sunday as our day of rest. Now, it doesn't have to be Sunday for you. It's whatever works in your schedule, but you should take at least one day of rest and reconnect with God, because if it wasn't for Him, we wouldn't have the energy and the strength to do the things that we do and be blessed with the things that we're blessed with. Then I just have some regular note section, plain line paper, just in case if I wanted to do something, jot down other things. And then the rest of the months kick in. And then as you can see, we have April right there. And so we have the rest of the months that kick in. And so let me just pop forward into that. And then I have these tabs at the top. Let me see if I can show you those. So I have tabs at the top right here. I don't think I showed you those. So let's bounce back a little bit real quick. As you can see, I have different tabs. Okay, let's move my monthly tab over. So I have these different tabs here. Okay, and across the top here, we have weekly, today, blog, and now we're at events. Now, as summer comes around for us, we are avid jazz concert goers or attenders, whatever you want to call it. So this tab says events, and this says our summer schedule. And there are a lot of summer concerts that are coming up that we want to attend. Right now I just have one filled in. But what I need to do is I need to go online, read my emails, and plug in all the jazz concerts that we want to go to. Once I put them down, I have one place that I can go to and know when and where our concerts are happening and what I need to do to start getting us ready for those events. Now, on this next page is a beach essentials list, and we do live here by the beach, but what I'm doing with this particular list here, again a printable that I found online, I'm going to plug in some other things that I know that we always take for concerts in the park. I have a table that we take that has holes cut out for glasses for us, for our bottles of water and things like that. I have a cooler that I need to pack for all the food that we're going to take because the concerts last all day. So this is just a checklist of different things, and there's things already on here that we always take with us. Like, for example, sunscreen, hand sanitizer, lip balm, first aid, beach towels, hairbrush, things like that, sunglasses, blanket, camera, snacks, water bottles, cover-ups, freezer bags to go inside the cooler, and things like that, hats and hair pieces, or bobby pins, to put your hair up, and I take dominoes, or I'll take our electronic Scrabble game, just so that we can have something to do when they're switching bands from the stage. Then the next page is the event planner itself. And these are more for the bigger jazz concerts that we go to that are all weekend long. And if we're getting a hotel room, if we're inviting friends, and there's just different sections here of who's responsible for what needs to be done, shopping list, notes, the guests that we invite to come along with us, the hotel room, What else? What task, person that's responsible, which is always going to be me. What do I need to do the month before, the week before, the day before, and the day of? So, because sometimes we pick up our tickets at will call, or sometimes we have them mailed to us, and so that's always great to help me stay on track for that, because there's sometimes a lot of things to do, and different places only allow you to do certain things. Like some concerts in a park allow you to bring your own food, some don't. I have a task to complete. Again, this was just an extra page that I put in there. Really not sure if I'm going to use it or not, but I just thought I'd put it in there just in case. This is a work in progress. Like I said, I just put this together real quickly. This tab up here says family, and this is family meeting. And what this is, we have a home Bible study group that we have every week. And so this is a great page for us to stay on track for that, like what is the subject that we're studying this week or for that month. What all things we need to do. Is it things that we are doing well, things we could do better? And this says Sunday through Saturday. Name and the goal and the status. We have name and question of the week. And then I have family activity and notes. So this helps me to stay organized for our Bible study. Over here, this I thought was a great addition. I never thought about having this, but this is an annual donation tracker. So whenever I donate to Goodwill or Veterans of America, or even when we do our tithing and offering at church, this is a great way to stay on track and to have reference of what we've donated, what the amount was, and it's just great for tax season. And then that was a great printable that I found online, and I got that from iHeartOrganizing.com. The letter I, heartorganizing.com. I thought that was a great addition to have to the book. And then again, this is just some more blank note pages. I have a tab that says notes right there, just in case if I need to jot anything down. And then the next tab is my contacts tab. And this is another great printable that I found online. It was free. And I love all you ladies that provide this for free. So thank you so much. And I only printed a few pages because I decided to do it back to back. I necessarily do not have to have my contacts in alphabetical order. So if my friends have like return address labels, I will just stick it there. If they have a business card, I could staple it in there. But I think the business cards will make it too heavy. So I think I would prefer myself just to write it out and everything. And like I said, I just printed out a few pages that are back to back for that. And then in this last back flap here is just some extra pages that I've printed off, the masters that I have printed off. And this is a peek at the week. This is just another way to do a week at a glance. I liked how this was set up. So as I get tired of the other weekly schedule, I can always revert to this and just have another different look in my planner here, as well as this right here, daily docket. I love the way that looked. So if I get tired of the today, form that I have inside of here, I have another version that I can use. Again, the back flap that came, that was already incorporated in the notebook itself. And by splitting it in two pages, it gives me a great, fun, pliable, cute little planner. And I think this is great. And if they have a smaller version, I think I will go ahead and use a smaller version as well. But I do like this because I can easily take pages out and add pages in. And I was going to get the ARC. And like I said, I have the Martha Stewart, but I think it's too hard for what I want. But I still love the way it looks and everything. And I have the Zutter Bind It All. And I like how I can just take pages out and put pages in to change according to my taste, instead of spending $35, $50, even up to $100 and being forced to use the form that company is making their organizer. So there you have it, ladies. My very first planner that I made myself. It's really more for fun. It's not that serious. My life is not that busy, and I don't want to use the term complicated because that's the wrong word, but for lack of a better word, my life is not that complicated. Just real quick, I got sick about 4 years ago, and it really took the wind out of me. And I'm not as busy as I used to be. I don't rip and run like I used to. And so I have now been blessed to be able to stay home. I'm all better now. I'm on the tail end of it, but I'm not so consumed with a schedule and staying on top of everything. And that doesn't mean I live a sloppy life. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is my life is not consumed by, I have to get this done by this time and I have to get this done by this time. I now have a more lackadaisical attitude towards life itself. I enjoy every minute of it. And I feel if I organize myself to every minute of the day, then I'm really missing out on a lot of great things that just happen in the spur of the moment. So ladies, if you find yourself that you have to live by your organizer and your planner, and if you're off your schedule by 2 to 3 minutes, even a half hour to an hour, it's okay. That means you need to step back and slow down and enjoy what life really has to offer you. And enjoy your surroundings, enjoy your kids. Don't put your kids in such a tight schedule to where they no longer are enjoying life, or your husband's no longer enjoying life, and you're no longer enjoying life because you logged yourself down. You bogged yourself down to a schedule on a planner. It's okay if you go off the page. Believe me when I tell you, because if you stay on it really hard, you're missing out on a lot of fun things that God wants to present to you. So there you have it, ladies. My very own planner. Thank you so much. Leave me a comment at the bottom and let me know, and send me a link to your webpage or to your YouTube channel, and let me see your planner. Okay, thanks a lot, ladies. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.